What is up, everybody? We've got some Thursday night football once again. The Niners taking on the Rams in LA. Going to be a very good game. I've got a free teaser for you guys as well as 2 free slips on Prizepicks. If you guys want to get all these plays, make sure you guys stick around to the end. All right, guys, so before we do anything, we got to do a little bit of housekeeping. So we got to pick a winner from our last video to win a free month of VIP. So how did our free picks do in Tuesday's MLB free picks? We went 3-1 in our player props, and the only one that missed should have been a cash, in my opinion. We had our man Matthew Boyd over 14.5 pitching outs. He got pulled at, 13? And he got pulled at 13 with 58 pitches. Dude looked good. He gave up 1 hit. It's the playoffs in MLB, man. Some of these pitchers are they're just going to get pulled early, so there's nothing really I can say about that. We did cash one of the slips that I gave you guys. I can't remember if I gave this one for free. I don't think I gave this one for free, but we cashed this one. We did give this one for free. I did lock this for free. Yeah, Blake Snell, fantasy score, and Pavetta K. So this is one of the free slips I gave you that cash. I put $200 on it, $200 to win $450. I actually played it on parlay play as well if I opened up the slip. Yeah, here it is on parlay play, so $250 for $512. So I doubled down on that slip, which cashed it. So if you guys tailed the video, then you definitely got to cash that one out. The other one I played was Gavin Williams with Snell over 15.5 pitching outs. This one cashed. Snell went a full 6 innings. Started the 7th, $150 for $525, and then we had another one over on Underdog, which cashed us out a couple of slips. 100 for $322. So overall, Tuesday was pretty good. Didn't play super heavy on Tuesday, I will say that. But yeah, we had a pretty good day overall. So let's go ahead and pick our winner from the last video. If this video gets 250 likes, I will pick a random comment down below to win a free month of VIP. So make sure you guys smash that like button, drop a comment, and our winner from yesterday is going to be for the Sangalang, who said playoffs. So Sanglagang, dude, I just butchered that. Send me a message on Discord, my man or my woman, and I will get you added for that free month of VIP. If you guys do want to get every single one of our plays, remember the WAP link is down in the description. You can get in for free. You can join the Discord for free, and you get I'll give an extra free slip every single week for NFL if you guys do want to get that. The Discord link's down in the description. But if you guys want to get every single slip that I post, make sure you guys join. It's $10 a week or $25 a month, and links down in the description if you want all of those. But that being said, let's go ahead and talk about this game, guys. So this is a very close game, obviously. 49ers and Rams, huge rivalry. Both teams 3-1. It's going to be tough to call. So right now, LA is minus 295 favorites right now. The spread on this game is sitting at 6.5 in favor of the Rams, and the total on this game is sitting at 46.5. Public betting has 82% of the money on the Rams, 81% of the money on the Rams covering the spread, which is a full touchdown, which is high, and then 73% of the money on the under 46.5. So let's take a look at these two teams so far this season. Both teams 3-1. The Niners coming off their first loss versus the Jaguars at home. So a tough L they just took. They had 4 turnovers from Brock Purdy versus 0 turnovers for the Jags. So that could be a little bit skewed, man. If Brock Purdy cannot turn over the ball so freaking much, then, or if their team can just stop turning over the ball, they would have beat the Jaguars. And the Jaguars looking good this season. I've already called that. So I don't call that as a super bad loss, but it's a tough loss for them to take it home for sure. And on the other side, you got to look at the Rams. Rams coming off a victory versus the 3-0 Colts at home. They beat the Colts 20-27. Colts obviously looking pretty strong this season as well. The week before that, they got beat by the Eagles in a tough L from a field goal, ran all the way back for the Eagles. So, man, that's a tough L for the Rams too. But the Rams came out and got a good win last week. They both played some weak teams, and the Niners playing New Orleans, winning by 5, and then you got the Rams. I mean, technically, the Titans and the Texans may not be as bad as they look. I think the Titans are one of the worst teams in the league. I'll also throw that out there. And maybe it's time for us to say Houston's not that good. I expect Houston to be good every season, and they end up being horrendous. So, not sure how I want to take those 2 losses, or those 2 wins. I mean, Houston I'll take with a grain of salt. The Titans, I think, it's just the Titans. I really don't think they're that great this year. So, I think they're gonna struggle a little bit longer. But overall, man, 3-1. Both teams looking pretty decent. Head to head, they played twice last year. The Rams won both games. First game they won a 24-27 victory over the Niners, which was a very, very close game. Then the last game they played back in December, they ended up winning 12-6. So a very defensive game. And I'm pretty sure it was nothing but field goals in those games. So you got to remember, like, it's a lot of field goals, man, and a lot of defense. So let's take a look at these two teams so far this season. Offensively, the Niners are averaging 368 yards per game on offense, which is the 5th-ranked offense in the league, going against the 9th-ranked defense, giving up 284.5 yards per game on average. If you look at the opposite side of things, the Rams are getting 388.2 yards per offense per game, and that is the 4th-ranked offense versus the 5th-ranked defense. So top 5 in pretty much both of these, the Niners give up 280.5 yards per game on defense. If you look at points scored per game, the Rams are averaging 25. Niners give up 18.5. And if you look at the other side of things, man, the Niners average 20 points per game. The Rams are giving up 20. So this game could be a shootout, but it also could be extremely, extremely low scoring. So when we're talking about a teaser for this game, I don't have one locked in, so I don't have a slip to pop up just yet. I know what I'm going to lock in, and I'll go ahead and give it to you guys. I just haven't locked a slip in yet myself. It's going to be the Niners plus 14.5. So I'm going to run an 8-point teaser. It's going to be like minus 160. This is going to be the start of the ladder challenge. This is what I'm going to lock in for day 1 of the ladder challenge. I'm going to do a $100 start ladder challenge this time. That way more people can kind of tell it if they want to start with the exact same unit size. But it's going to be a $100 ladder challenge. Minus 165. San Francisco getting 14.5 points. So this spread will be brought up to 14.5, 8-point teaser. And then the under 54.5, because even if it's a high-scoring game, 54.5 is just way too high for these two teams, in my opinion. And if you look at them, you can go ahead and, well, let me click the spread, and I'll show you why. If you take this total, not spread, but total, under 54.5, you can look at every single game that these teams have played this season. San Francisco's been under 100%. Their highest-scoring game was 47. And then if you look at the Rams, their highest scoring game is 59, but they've been under in 3 or 4 games as well. And the only game that went over was versus the Eagles, and it wouldn't have went over if the Eagles didn't run back that field goal block. So you got to remember that too. That's 7 points right there automatically. So, yeah, that was, if I had the under on that game, under 54.5, and that final play chalked me like that, I would have been tilted. But regardless, guys, that's what I'm going to run for this. I don't think the Niners just win. I will say that, outright win, but potentially it's there, man. This is going to be a tough game. I don't think the Rams are going to come out here and just smack San Francisco around. San Francisco's not a bad team. The Rams are not a bad team either. They're playing at home. It's going to be a tough win if the Niners come out here. But I think we got a close game. I think it stays within a touchdown if you want to play this regular spread. Or if you want to sprinkle money on the Niners plus 295, I don't think that's a bad play. I would never play Rams minus 295. Way too juiced for this game. This game's not a blowout loss like this. I think that's kind of disrespectful. But anyways, that's what I got for this game, guys, and that's going to be the teaser that I end up running. Jumping into the player prop side of things, and I had McCaffrey pulled up. Pretend you didn't see that. But let's talk about some player props. So, player props right now are a little bit tough on Prizepicks just because there's not a lot on the board. And for example, if I hit rushing receiving yards, look at the rushing receiving yards here. There's not even a McCaffrey on the board, man. It's the same thing for a lot of these props. So, going based off of what I have for this early video, I'm going to give you 4 of my favorite props. So the first one that I like, and this one is my least favorite of the 4. So I want you guys to understand that. If you're going to fade one, this is probably the one I would fade. I'm going to run my punt prop of the day. So we got 2 punt props. We got Morstead and we got Ethan Evans. So Ethan Evans is the one I'm going to run, taking the Rams to punt 4 times. Now, I know some people are going to be way off on this one. I think the Niners could come out here and stop the Rams. I think this could end up being an extremely defensive game like it was at the end of last year. Now, my mind tells me it's not going to be that defensive. I can see both teams scoring 3 touchdowns, but on average in football or in NFL, teams average around 10 to 11 offensive possessions per game. So even if this game, if they score 23, 24 points apiece, which is a pretty high-scoring total, the punts can still happen at 4. So I'm going to roll with Ethan Evans. If you want to take Morstead, I almost took Morstead instead. You could run both of them if you think it's going to be really defensive and you got a 2.25x. Neither of them are goblins. That doesn't look right to me. But anyways, you could play them together or play them separately if you want to take both of them. I could see both of them hitting. But I ran with Ethan Evans. I can't pull this up on Outlier to show the stats for Ethan Evans. I'll go ahead and show you guys. Ethan Evans not even on here. They don't have punt props on Outlier for some reason. But you can look at his last 5. This season, he's catched it 2 of 4 games this season. So he had 4 punts versus the Colts, 5 versus Houston, 3 versus the Titans, and then 1 versus the Phillies. The Phillies, that game was a shootout. You guys saw a 59-point total. So I'm going to run with Ethan Evans on this. I'm going to sprinkle a unit on it, and I'm going to show you guys who I paired him with. So who I ended up pairing him with was Eddie Pinheiro. So I took the PAT line for Eddie Pinheiro over 1.5 PATs. I think both teams score 2 touchdowns. And I think they're going to kick two PATs. Hopefully one doesn't end up getting blocked or anything. So this right here, if you play this slip, you're almost saying that this game is either extremely close or San Francisco is going to win, because that would say that the defense for San Francisco is holding up, and this would say that they're able to score. And I know 14 points doesn't mean you're going to win the game. That's why I like both of them. I think this kind of covers both sides of things, but if you want to fade the slip, I wouldn't blame you. This is a 2.5x, so I'm going to put $150 on it. It's going to be $375. I don't think we have punt props over here on parlay play. We don't have anything on parlay play right now, so you can see banker on parlay play is getting up there. We're up to almost $6,000 in the last week, so up like $700 on parlay play in the last few days. That's not bad. Maybe it's more than that. It might be $1,100 in parlay play, but regardless, Pinheiro, you can't get on parlay play unless you want to take field goals made, which I'm not going to. I'm going to take the PAT because I think they score twice. That's going to be slip number 1. Haven't locked it in yet. I'm literally going to record this video, lock it in, and then post it in the Discord. So that's what's going to happen. It's going to be $150 on this to win $375. This is exactly what I'm going to play. So that being said, the second slip that I'm going to play is going to be for our man. Let's actually, one second. Let's pull Pinheiro up real quick. I got to show this at least to make the video, or I think I can. Extra points. Where's extra points? There's over 1.5. So this season he's cashed it 1 of 3 games. So he had 2 in game 1 versus the Saints. He had 1 versus Arizona, 1 versus Jags. So yeah, technically extra points have not looked super good for Pinheiro. No blocks. He's averaged 3 attempts. This one he missed 1, and he had 1 attempt in the other 2 and hit it. But I do think they score twice. So I'm going to lock that in if you guys want to fade it. You're more than welcome to fade that slip. I wouldn't blame you if you faded it. Trust your gut, guys, because sometimes my gut lies to me, and I don't want you guys to chalk. If you feel like it's a bad play, just don't play it. That being said, jumping into pick number 3 in the second slip of the day, the first start we're going to have, I'm going to show you guys what Christian McCaffrey. I don't know why his name was so hard for me to say, but I'm taking his discounted line at 39.5. So going to run him at 39.5 rush yards. I think that's a pretty safe play. I want one of them to be safe, one of them to be a little bit risky on these 2 slips. That way we can try to get some value here. But I'm going to take McCaffrey at 39.5 rushing yards. So we can look at him this season so far. And he's cashed this line 5 of 5 games. He's averaging 56 rushing yards per game. He had 69 versus Seattle, 55, 52, 49. So he's trending downward, it looks like. He's averaging 17 rush attempts per game. Let me show that. 17 rush attempts, 17 in his last 2, 13 versus the Saints, and then he had 22 versus Seattle. And these are some pretty close games pretty much all around. Now, looking at LA's rushing yards defense, they give up 98.5 rushing yards per game, 72 to the running back, top 10 in both of these categories. So they got top 10 rushing defense. San Francisco passes the ball 60% of the time, run the ball 40% of the time. Obviously, McCaffrey is going to be their number 1 RB. They got Brian Robinson, who's got around 21% of the rush shares. Obviously, McCaffrey's going to need a break. McCaffrey is injury prone, so you got to remember that as well. He could, knock on wood, I don't think he's going to, but he does have some injuries a lot of the time. That being said, I like McCaffrey to give us 40 yards. I'll play that pretty much every single game if it's offered to me, and that's what I have for pick number 3. Who did I pair McCaffrey with for the second slip? I ended up pairing McCaffrey with field goals made, and it's going to be for our man Joshua Carty. So I'm taking the LA Rams kicker, Joshua Carty, and I'm going to be taking him to give us 1.5 field goals made. This is going to be a straight-up double-up. I'm going to put $150 on it. It will be posted in the Discord as soon as I stop recording to win $300. So right here, this is the second slip I like. I love this slip, man. If we pull Carty up, Carty has been a wagon for me this season so far. I think he's going to be a wagon or continue to be a wagon, especially for 2 field goals. Over 2 field goals made. He's cashed it every game except for 1 this season. He had 0 versus Houston, but he did have 2, 4, and 2 in his last 3 games. 2 versus the Colts, 4 versus the Eagles, and then 2 versus the Titans. If you look at San Francisco's field goal defense, they give up 1.5 per game, which is the top 10 defense in the league. But I do think San Francisco's defense is going to be able to hold up, and I think they're going to be able to get a couple stops. And if the punt prop misses, so let's say that we don't get 4 punts from Ethan Evans, that means they made it across midfield and probably kick a field goal. They're not, we have some options here. Either they punt, they go for it on 4th, they score a touchdown, or they kick a field goal. Those are your 4 options out of 11 offensive possessions on average. If this is a shootout, you're probably going to get more offensive possessions. So you got to remember that, guys. Take away 4 punts. So if they don't get 4 punts, that means you got 7 opportunities to either score a touchdown, kick a field goal, or go for it on 4th. Majority of times, you're going to get a touchdown or a field goal, in my opinion, with these with these teams, and that's what I'm going to bank on here. So Joshua Carty or the punt prop should cash. If one of them misses, the others should definitely cash, in my opinion. Now, they both could chalk, but we have a good chance that both of them cash as well. So that's what I'm taking. I'm going to lock in Joshua Carty here. That's probably my favorite slip. This is going to be my favorite slip of the 2. The other one, like I said, is going to be a little bit more risky. This is a little bit more safe. The other one's a little bit more of a payout. But that's what I've got for today, guys. So I'm going to pull up all 4 props for you guys so you can see, once again, we got Ethan Evans. Then we have PAT made for our man Eddie Pinheiro. And these are our 4 plays. So we got McCaffrey, rush yards, 1.5 field goals made, 3.5 punts, and 1.5 PAT made. If we lock these in all together, you got 150 to win 825, which is a 5.5x. I do not recommend playing these all together. 3.5 punts and 1.5 field goals made. You're looking at 6 possessions there, and you have to call all 6 of them right. So that's tough to do, but I do like all these plays, and I think they all cash. So that's what I got for today, guys. I know this video is a little bit shorter. I'm about to take the wife to dinner. If you're wondering why I'm wearing a polo, just throwing it out there, and no hat. Yeah, I know I look a little bit different without a hat. But anyways, that's what I got. Hope you guys have an awesome day. I hope you guys cash every single slip. If you're not in the Discord already, join it, and I'll see y'all in the next video.